when the cast got finalized and I got to know that I'm working with him, we'd still not met, and so we have a college group, you know, and I wrote on that I'm doing this shoot, and Vivek Mushran is playing my husband, and all my friends, they started writing ilu 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 ilu.
For all film related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Lovely meeting you both, though I mean would have loved to be there present physically, but chalo online ही सही. But Sakshi, एक बात बताओ यार, how do you manage to look the same? मैं 20 साल से आपको देख रही हूँ, you haven't. How do you manage to look the same? ये बताओ.
No, I have changed quite a lot. I think I eat the same food, I have the same routine, same discipline for over so many years that, you know, unless that changes, I think it's not going to change much.
Vivek, what do you have to say? Because you and me belong to the same generation. जब आपकी सौदागर आई थी तब मैंने college खत्म किया था. What would you have to say of this? I mean, what do I call her? Like, she's just like timeless.
पता नहीं, I think she has some secret. घर जाकर शायद रात भर ट्रेडमिल में जॉगिंग करते रहती है, कुछ तो करती होगी.
No, I think it's the genes.
Wow, man, ऐसे genes सबकी हो. Anyways, so coming to I have, Sakshi, not seen you in a kirdar like that, because you know I have seen you playing very strong women, being whether आपने जैसे shows भी किए हैं, being self-righteous on the path, but इसमें जरा थोड़ा सा अलग है. So what were your reasons when they came to you with Mai and to play the character that you are, because it's a mom seeking redemption for her daughter, whatever has happened with her daughter?
I think you answered it for me, Pooja, because it's exactly why I chose to do it, because strong characters बहुत किए लेकिन ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया था. You know, the journey is beautiful from being meek to merciless. And when the one line was told to me, I was like, okay. I mean, honestly, I didn't think beyond that. I was sold on that. I said, this is too good, I have to do it. But of course, there were many other reasons, and all the, you know, all the right boxes were getting ticked. So it's an author-backed role, of course. Then the journey of the character, Sheel, the ensemble cast, wonderful cast was there. The platform was Netflix. The production house was Clean Slate. They've given such wonderful shows in the past, and everything, you know, the directors, the showrunner, whether it's Atul Mongia sir or Anshay sir or the writers. So there was actually no reason for me to really think about it or say no. And I had made the decision in the very first thing. I'm glad that they also liked what I did in the workshop and I was on, because otherwise I would be just sitting at home and watching the show and, you know.
Wow. वो क्या line थी वैसे? वो क्या line थी that just did it for you?
वो मैं बताऊंगी तो स्टोरी गड़बड़ हो जाएगी, आपका रिवील हो जाएगा, बिकॉज वन लाइन में उसकी पूरी जर्नी थी. मे बी आफ्टर द शो इज ऑन एयर आई कैन शेयर इट विद यू, बट नॉट नाउ.
चलो ठीक है. एंड आल्सो विवेक, इट्स बीन व्हाट, मोर देन 3 decades in the industry तो हो गए ना?
Don't tell these secrets.
Don't worry. यार मेरे भी वैसे 3 decades हो गए हैं in reportage. It's okay. You know, we are the experienced one, like, you know, all of us, like, we've got experience, though age may not be on our side, doesn't matter. What is it? I mean, what were your reasons to come on board as...
First of all, let me just tell you, I was so jealous of her role. She has such a good author-backed role ki matlab, every day I was so jealous, matlab, fire brigade bulani padti thi roz. Itna chalta tha main. It was such a good role. And for me, it's basically the same things. All the ticks were there. There was Netflix, there was Sakshi, there was the production house, and the whole experience of working with Atul. In fact, Atul and Anshay, the whole creative team, the kind of performances they got out of us, it was really worthy of, you know, जैसे आप Netflix के लिए project कर रहे हो, कुछ अलग project कर रहे हो. It was worthy. That experience was so good that it's for an actor, it's a dream. I hope that I keep getting, you know, such experiences more and more in life.
जैसे आपने कहा फायर ब्रिगेड you know बुलानी पड़ती थी. Usually हमने देखा है it's the father, the husband, the boyfriend, the brother who is on the path. That here we are seeing the mother. So there is that change, you know. Exactly. And also, and it's quite nice because Sakshi, that's what I want to ask you. एक image बन गई थी ना screen mom की, वो छवि also भी टूट रही है. जैसे हमने एक दो पिक्चरें देखी हैं in the past about the mother doing what we would see the male protagonist do. So, I mean, what would you want to say to that? Because you're breaking through those shackles also.
Uh, I'm happy to be one of these strong characters that are lately, we're getting to see such strong characters. And you're right, I have done many strong roles in the past also. But I would just disagree with you. It's like, it's not that the men don't have anything to do in it. And I think Vivek's part, although he has been jealous of me, but I think he has a beautiful, beautiful part to play. In fact, all the men and women. So I would say that it's not really gender specific as such. But yes, here the point of view is that of a mother. And I'm glad that we are getting to see a very different point of view. We've seen mothers who are either white or black, but this is a great mix. So I would say that it's if the portrayal is changing, it's changing for better. So we are getting to portray a lot more than what we were doing earlier.
No, I'm saying what Vivek said, na, because you are the catalyst. Then everything happens around that, then they all fit in because they have their own parts to play. So usually it's the other way around. So that way. So now after both of you with, the kind of experience and the kind of work that you both come for, what is now important for you? Is it the director, is it the story, or is it your character that makes you say yes to a project?
I think for me, primarily it has to be the character and the story still, because that is what you are connected with throughout the shoot, and that's the first thing that has to be okay if you are choosing a new project. Of course, everything else matters too, but primarily it has to be the character and the story, and what the character is contributing to the story. It doesn't have to be the lead character as such. So even if it's like a one scene character, if it's contributing to the main plot of the story, I think I will go for it. Yes, and directors and all.
For me, it's I'm not as lucky as her. She gets these author-backed roles. She has far more choice. But for me, I would say it's all three. Matlab, the production house, the story, the character. Sometimes something is better. The idea is, as an actor, I love to act, and you just hope you get a lot of good days. But if you don't get good days, you're getting work days, which is good enough as an actor.
I get that. And also, Sakshi, I'm just going to reiterate what Vivek just said. Strong roles and author-backed roles. You do realize that you have that image. You have created that image of yours of playing very, very strong characters and nothing else. Sometimes does it get a lot because people will only come to you with those characters. कभी कभी मन नहीं करता मैं थोड़ा सा कुछ लाइट कर दूं, मैं कभी कुछ हल्का कर लूं, क्या मैं यही कर.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. I have been very lucky, very honestly, to be portraying these characters, because I know that people want to do these characters, and I have just been very fortunate that all these roles have come my way. So I think it will be very ungrateful of me to complain even now, because all the roles that I have done, and there have been roles which were lighter, which were light-hearted, and easy on emotion also. Even now, I will try to do things that are a mix. So मन तो बहुत करता है, लेकिन it sort of gets balanced, because when I'm at home, then I'm doing all the silly things all the time. So it sort of compensates for the kind of drama I do on screen. It's quite a contrast.
True. But do you look for yourself in the characters you play, or no?
No, I don't think that's really important, because at the end of the day, these are all fictional characters, and one has to find a thread of identification in terms of portrayal, in terms of finding the start and the end of the journey. But other than that, I think these days the characters are written so beautifully and they're so real that it helps you imagine that, okay, there must be someone like Sheel somewhere who must be going through so much, and yeah, and you are getting a chance to live that character. And I think as actors we are all in great space, because especially with OTT, such more and more such characters are being written, and it doesn't really matter if you connect with the character, I feel.
And Vivek, you said something very interesting. Like again, मैं वो 3 decade का mark मार दूंगी, but it's just the truth. You have seen the change in film format. Now we have this. As you said, there are good days, then there are work days. But do you feel this has liberated a whole lot of actors in terms of getting work? Earlier they wouldn't, because we can't. Film format does come with its own restrictions.
Very true. I think especially when I started off, there was just films, and then television came in, and television also gave you so much more work to do as an actor. Especially जो फिल्मों में character roles होते थे छोटे छोटे, they all got to do so much more. And now this has also given so much, all these character actors have now become like, because ये is like double of a film's length, ना? फिल्म अगर 2 घंटे की होती है, 4 घंटे के, 5 घंटे के होते हैं, तो मतलब so there's so much more time to make a screenplay. हर character के अंदर आप जा सकते हो, every character gets a better chance to perform, better moments to do. So it's for the better.
You do realize when you had made your debut, you became the poster boy for all romantic films, na? Whether Saudaar ho, Prem Dewane ho, फिर we suddenly saw him playing negative shades in TV series. So now you're playing, who you are. I will not divulge much. So it's interesting. You get to explore so much, a lot more.
Yeah. I mean.
Okay, I have to share something here.
Hanji, batao.
So when the cast got finalized and I got to know that I'm working with him, we'd still not met, and so we have a college group, and I wrote on that I'm doing this shoot, and Vivek Mushran is playing my husband, and all my friends, they started writing ilu 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 ilu.
I so get that. Get that, because whenever I see Vivek, even I think of ilu ilu, because talking about 1990.
That's why I've grown this beard. I hope I get out of the image now. This really helps me get the serious man's image.
और जब भी साक्षी को देखती, totally, और जब मैं साक्षी को देखती हूँ ना, I said अभी कुछ होगा. She will stand for the right, So I actually want to see you doing less drama also, just as you said, ना बहुत drama करते थे, but playing Sheel, it is an emotionally very, very taxing character, because to bring out the kind of emotions you have, I don't want to divulge anything about the story. Sakshi, does it take a toll on you, or are you one of those actors who can switch on and switch off?
Very honestly, thoda sa right after you do the scene for about 5-10 minutes wo rehta hai, because you invest emotionally in a scene and it's difficult to immediately snap out. But on the whole, I have been able to do it on and off, like switch on and switch off very fast. Otherwise, with a subject like Mai, it would have been very difficult. And what has really helped is the environment on the set. So it wasn't very serious or very what you call heavy. So we would do a scene, and I think we would come out of it very fast, except for a few scenes which were really, really draining and taxing. But other than that, it was a very smooth process to switch off.
And did you
In fact, I remember one scene we did where she had to break down, and I was so in awe of her, because after मेरा क्या होता है, एक बार cut हो जाता है, तो I just totally break up. But she had invested so much in the scene. I think for the next 10-15 minutes, she was still howling. She was still in the the moment. I was so envious in a way, because I can never do that.
Wow. No, I'll be honest, I saw a few episodes and I was emotionally drained myself, I was emotionally drained myself, because it's just so much, and it is the reality. I'm sure there is a Sheel, I'm sure there is a Yash, I'm sure there is somewhere these things don't get reported, and it's nice that these narratives are bringing this out. But as actors also, what do you feel going forward? कभी-कभी होता है ना, हम एक trope में भी फंस जाते हैं of the storytelling. What do you as actors want to see, the kind of stories to be told going forward that gives you a wider berth to perform and tell?
See, I would like to experiment with all genres. Why restrict yourself to any one particular genre? And I feel that I want to make people laugh. I want to make them cry. I want to be able to express everything that I have inside me. And we are in a good space right now. Different stories are being told. I think this is the best, if I can say that, in whatever last 20 years that I have seen, the stories are far more real, relatable. The characters are more identifiable. You know that, whatever you see on screen, those people exist. And you also feel that you've met them somewhere, you know them. So I feel it's a very good space, and it's such a talented lot of writers and directors. Young talent is coming out, even actors for that matter. For even in my, of course, Vivek is very, very senior, but even otherwise, all the characters, it was such a good feeling to be working with them. Even with the directors, you know that okay, he completely thinks out of the box, and you've not thought like that about the scene. And for example, in my, I would think of a scene in a certain way, and then Anshay sir would come and say, "Isko ऐसे करते हैं," and you're like, "Really? Are you serious? Like this will not go with the emotion?" He'll say, "Let's try." And I'm glad that such experiments are being done, and I'm glad that platforms like Netflix are allowing such storytelling. Otherwise, people have different stories to tell, but they're not takers. We are always restricted in terms of the platforms. Ki films mein we can only show this much, on television we can only show this much. But thanks to the advent of OTT now, all kind of stories are being told, and you're seeing such fabulous, fabulous performances and storytelling, narratives. It's really a great phase, and I'm glad that I'm here, a part of all this happening, and I'm getting to experience all this. So I'm very happy.
Absolutely. आप दोनों मुझे एक बताओ, ऐसा कौन सा कैरेक्टर प्ले किया था जब मिला था, मगर किया एंड थॉट कि ऐसा कोई कैरेक्टर हो सकता है, ये कुछ ओवर द टॉप है नहीं? दोनों बताओ मुझे जरा, वेरी क्यूरियस.
ऐसा एक कैरेक्टर नहीं बोल सकते, बिकॉज सी आई हैव डन सो मेनी कैरेक्टर विच हैव had very long journeys in terms of their lives. But हाँ, कई बार ऐसे scenes होते थे जिसको आप नहीं believe करते. But
ऐसा बताओ ना, कौन सा कोई सीन?
ऐसा एक scene था, I think it was way back in one of the shows. I had to, there was some major business loss in the family, और मुझे अपने गहने वहने उतार के अपने husband को देने थे कि भाई पैसे नहीं है तो ये लो, and he says नहीं, मैं ये नहीं लूँगा. So I was like, dude, this doesn't happen anymore. But when I went back home, and because people now invest very smartly, they save, and they have backups. But when I went back home and I told my mom about it, she found it very believable, because she comes from that time when this was possible. And she said, you don't know, you're only talking about people who are smart and who are living in cities and who have invested smartly. But there are a lot of women for whom investment is only their jewelry, and at times of crisis and at times of need, they do give it away.
जी.
So then I was like, okay, keep quiet and do it.
Vivek, आप बताओ. I mean, I agree, because back in the day, audience were way more forgiving than they are now.
Back in the day, there was nothing real. Everything was unreal, and sometimes you would watch and खुद को भी देख के इतनी embarrassment होती थी.
बताओ ना कौन सा सीन? सातवां आसमान भी मैंने देखी है आपकी, मैंने
पहले जमाने में जो मतलब वो होता था कि मैं जान दे दूंगा and all that, all those things were, it's so unreal. But इतना मजा आता था बोलने में, because such a, you get to play a hero, a macho man in controlled environment where nothing is going to hurt you. The villains are not really going to hurt you. So as an actor, it was a great high. Of late, I think एक role था in Tamasha, boss का role था, which मैं तो corporate दुनिया से नहीं हूँ, so मुझे थोड़ा, but I really enjoyed doing that and got good response.
Wow, thank you so much, both of you. Lovely to see you, and congratulations on mine. And thank you so much. Hope to meet you in person soon. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.